It's great to be in the same place with all of you, and I have to start by thanking my longtime friend, someone I have worked with on behalf of the causes that are near and dear to your hearts. Thank you, Lee, for that introduction, for being a stalwart friend and partner over so many years. And now he and I are both grandparents, so we have even more in common. You know, all of you, AFSCME helped to make our 2016 Democratic platform a strong vision we can all be proud of, and the most progressive platform in the history of the Democratic Party. I also want to acknowledge someone special, your Secretary-Treasurer, the first woman to hold that position, Laura Reyes. Congratulations. And I heard Lee thanking a whole group of states, every single one of you and all whom you represent, from that first caucus in Iowa to the last primary in Washington, D.C. AFSCME and the green machine was everywhere. And I particularly want to thank my AFSCME brothers and sisters from New York who are here today. I know, and I won't forget, you had my back from the very beginning when I first ran for the Senate. And I am so grateful to you. And I want to thank your leadership and each and every one of your members for your support in this election. And I was just told that someone I know pretty well came and addressed this convention in 1992, right, Jerry? I consider that a good omen because he went on to be President of the United States, Bill Clinton. And just like me, he loved seeing the green machine out on the trail, putting boots on the ground in every state. You see what I'm wearing, right? It was a little too hot with 100-degree weather to wear my AFSCME green jacket or my AFSCME green scarf, so I figured I'd get in the spirit and be here with all of you because I know how much you've done, and I'm counting on you to do it again, to work hard to register voters and turn folks out to vote. And I really like the theme of this conference, never quit. We all know a little something about that, don't we? AFSCME, you've had my back, and as president, I will have yours. Because you represent hardworking, middle-class families, people striving for a better life. You represent the American dream. Now, I wish we could say the same about the other party and their nominee. Last night in Cleveland was surreal. I kept thinking, what's this like? And then I thought, you know, when I was a little girl, I went to see, when they reissued it, the movie The Wizard of Oz. And there were similarities that appeared to me. You know, lots of sound and fury, even a fog machine. But when you pulled back the curtain, it was just Donald Trump with nothing to offer to the American people. Now, they had about 8 hours of speeches yesterday. They spent most of their time attacking me and President Obama rather than making any kind of argument about the future we want to build for our country. You know, we can do a lot better than that. Because together we're going to build an economy that works for everyone, not just those at the top. Not just for the rich or the well-connected, but for everyone. And that means working families who get up and do your jobs every day but haven't seen a real raise in years. It means public employees who serve our communities and deserve to be supported, not scapegoated. You see, I have this old-fashioned idea that our economy should deliver for you the way you deliver for all of us. And you should stand, we should stand with you the way you stand with us. Because supporting and respecting public employees means supporting and respecting police officers and firefighters, all the men and women who put their lives on the line to keep us safe. And I want to be really clear about this. If you take aim at police officers, you take aim at all of us. There can be no justification for killing a police officer, none at all. It's a terrible crime, and it's got to stop. But we also need to be partners in making law enforcement as secure and effective as we need it to be, and that means investing in the training that our police need on the proper use of force. And how to build trust with the communities they serve. And we need to do more to support all our public servants, because we want young people to aspire to pursue careers in our public schools, our city halls, our public works departments. These are jobs that provide dignity and a sense of purpose, jobs that are about giving back and making us stronger. I can't imagine how we could run our country if we didn't have people like you and the members you represent working on our behalf every day. That's why it's so outrageous when Republican governors steamroll public employees and stomp on workers' rights. In Wisconsin, the cradle of the labor movement, Scott Walker has ripped the heart. He's ripped the heart out of public sector's workers' right to bargain collectively for better wages and benefits. In Illinois, Bruce Rauner has been holding the budget hostage for months, endangering public colleges and universities, hurting families, and demanding outrageous concessions from public sector unions. And even though workers' rights won the day in the Supreme Court in the Friedrichs case, make no mistake, we haven't seen the last of efforts to use the courts to undermine your rights. So I promise you this: I will be by your side in this fight every step of the way. When I am president, working people will always have a seat at the table and a champion in the White House. Because I believe that when unions are strong, America is strong. Unions help build the strongest middle class in the history of the world. You pioneered the basic bargain that made our country great. You know what it is. If you work hard and do your part, you should be able to get ahead and stay ahead. And you've been on the front lines of the fight for affordable health care, safe working conditions, fair schedules, and fair wages. And I know you're not just fighting for your members, as important as that is, you're fighting for all working families. That's why it is so important that unions like AFSCME stay strong and stay on the front lines of the fight for economic justice and opportunity. And congratulations, you've already added nearly 340,000 new members and fee payers to your ranks. The AFSCME Strong campaign is producing results. Let's keep that going and growing. Because I'm proud to be in the trenches fighting alongside you to raise wages, protect pensions, and keep the public in public sector. That includes ending private prisons and detention centers that profit off our criminal justice and immigration system. And we have to send a loud, clear message. Right to work is wrong for workers and wrong for America. That's why together we will pursue a bold, progressive agenda that lifts our country up, so no one is left out or left behind. I have a plan to drive growth that's strong, fair, and long-lasting. Growth that reduces inequality, increases upward mobility, and reaches into every corner of our country. First, let's break through the dysfunction in Washington to make the biggest investment in new, good-paying jobs since World War II. Second, let's make college debt-free for all and help millions of Americans save money by refinancing their student debt. Third, let's rewrite the rules so more companies share profits with their employees on top of paying a good wage, and fewer ship their profits and their jobs overseas. Fourth, let's make sure Wall Street corporations and the super rich finally pay their fair share of taxes. And oh, by the way, if you happen to know anybody or run across anybody who is thinking about even contemplating voting for the other guy, ask that person, why do you think he won't release his tax returns? Just asking. I think it's a question he should have to answer. Everybody else running for president has. Just put that in the back of your head. And finally, let's put families first and make sure our policies match how you actually work and live in the 21st century. That means expanding Social Security, not cutting it. It means supporting working parents and finally guaranteeing equal pay for women. Now, you know, Donald Trump can accuse me of playing the woman card all he wants. But if fighting for paid family leave and affordable child care is playing the woman card, then deal me in. And what better place to do that than right here in Vegas? Now, yesterday at the Republican convention in Cleveland, we heard a lot. We heard a lot about me and Donald Trump. We heard a lot of anger and division, but we did not hear a single solution that would help working families get ahead. Donald Trump may claim he's on the side of working people, but his actions say otherwise. Just look at the destruction his Atlantic City bankruptcies caused. One small businessman, someone who sold pianos to Trump's hotels, nearly lost everything when Trump refused to pay what he owed. And that's par for the course. As the New York Times reported recently, and I quote, "It is hard to find a project he touched that did not produce allegations of broken promises, blatant lies, or outright fraud." Or what about here in Las Vegas, where he personally hired a union-busting firm to stop Unite Here from organizing his hotel? I was proud to join those workers on the picket line twice in the last year, and even prouder when they overcame Donald Trump's intimidation campaign and were officially certified as a union. Donald Trump stood on a debate stage and actually said wages are too high in this country. Then he proposed getting rid of the federal minimum wage altogether. Now, I predict Donald will try to con people with tough talk about Wall Street. But like everything else he says, don't buy it. Remember when he promised to make hedge fund managers pay more in taxes? Well, when his actual plan came out, turns out he lowered their taxes further. It's the same with the banks. This week marks the 6-year anniversary of the tough new Wall Street reforms President Obama put in place after the crash. If Donald Trump actually wants to be tough on Wall Street, he'll stand with me in defending these rules and taking steps to build on them. But I don't think it'll surprise you to hear he's doing exactly the opposite. Donald Trump wants to tear up Dodd-Frank and let Wall Street run wild again. He would scrap the rules that prevent future taxpayer-funded bailouts. He'd eliminate the new agency created to protect consumers from financial fraud and abuse, even though it's already returned $11 billion back to consumers who were ripped off. Now, I guess that shouldn't surprise anyone, since Donald Trump's business model is basically fraud and abuse. He talks a lot about America first, but his own products are made in a lot of countries that aren't named America. Trump ties come from China, not North Carolina. Trump suits were made in Mexico, not Ohio. Trump furniture from Turkey. Trump picture frames from India. Trump barware from Slovenia, and I could go on and on. If Donald Trump wants to make America great again, he should start actually making things in America again. So the bottom line is this: putting Donald Trump in charge of our economy would be devastating. Economists left, right, center all agree his policies would throw us back into a recession, would wipe out 3.5 million jobs. Now, I don't know about you, we can't take that. Wipe out 3.5 million jobs? Add $30 trillion to the debt? more giveaways to the super rich. That's not what we need in this country. We need to write a new chapter in the American dream, and it can't be chapter 11. I don't think a lot of his supporters even understand what he's actually offering. It sure doesn't answer the mail. And we can disagree about what we need to do, but I believe, just like anyone else, the voters supporting Donald Trump are trying to make a good living, give their kids better futures and opportunities, trying to figure out their place in a fast-changing America. That's why I want to reclaim the promise of America for everybody, no matter
and I'm shaking.